This is the 6 Minutes English podcast. Improve your English with us in just minutes a day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started.
Hey, have you been following the news about space travel lately? It feels like we're constantly hearing about new developments.
Absolutely. It's hard to miss. Every other week there's something about SpaceX or NASA. It makes you wonder what the future really holds for us beyond Earth.
Right? Just a few decades ago, it was mostly government agencies, but now private companies are really changing the game.
They really are. Companies like SpaceX have completely revolutionized how we approach space launches. Reusable rockets, for example, are a game changer because they've brought down costs significantly.
They truly have, and that's key, isn't it? If space travel is ever going to become more accessible, whether for research or even tourism, cost is the biggest hurdle.
Definitely. And with costs coming down, it opens up so many possibilities. Do you think we'll see regular space tourism within our lifetime? Not just for the super rich, but for more ordinary people?
I hope so. It's still incredibly expensive, but you can see the initial steps with companies like Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin making suborbital flights happen. I imagine that eventually, as technology improves and competition increases, prices will drop, similar to how air travel became more common.
That's a good point. The initial stages of any groundbreaking technology are always costly. But I wonder about something more ambitious like actual colonization. Do you think we'll have people living on Mars or the Moon permanently in the next century?
That's the dream, isn't it? I think it's more of a tall order than just space tourism. Establishing a self-sustaining colony on another celestial body requires incredible technological breakthroughs. We'd need closed-loop life support systems, radiation shielding, efficient ways to produce food and water. It's a massive undertaking.
It really is. And when you say, a tall order, you mean it's something very difficult to achieve, right? Like a really challenging task.
Exactly. It means it's a very demanding or difficult task to accomplish. It's not impossible, but it will require immense effort and resources to get there.
Thanks for clarifying. That makes sense. I often hear that phrase, but never really stop to think about its exact meaning. So, if it's such a tall order, what do you think is the biggest challenge? Is it the technology, or the human element, the psychological impact of living in such an isolated, hostile environment?
That's a great question. I think both are enormous challenges. Technologically, we're making progress, but we're still far from a truly self-sufficient off-world habitat. Psychologically, imagine being so far from Earth, with no fresh air, no natural light. That would be incredibly taxing on mental health, even more so than what astronauts on the ISS experience, given the permanence.
True, even on Earth, prolonged isolation can be tough. But then, there's also the question of why. Why pursue this tall order? Is it for scientific discovery, for a backup plan, for humanity, or something else entirely?
I think it's a combination. Scientific discovery is huge, understanding the universe better. A backup plan is often cited, given potential catastrophes on Earth. But I also think it's fundamental to human nature, exploration, pushing boundaries, seeing what's possible. It's about expanding our reach.
I agree with that. The human drive to explore is powerful. What about the immediate future, though? Beyond sending people to Mars, what other space activities do you think are on the horizon?
Well, asteroid mining is something I often hear about. The idea of extracting valuable resources like rare metals from asteroids. If that becomes viable, it could completely transform our economy and resource availability on Earth. It's still very theoretical, but the potential is enormous.
Oh, that's fascinating. I hadn't thought much about that, but it makes perfect sense. Our resources on Earth are finite, so looking outwards is a natural progression. Is that technically feasible with current or near-future technology, do you think?
It's definitely in the near future category. We have probes visiting asteroids, but actual extraction and processing of resources in space is a whole other level. It would require advanced robotics and robust processing facilities. But the economic incentive is so strong that research is surely intensifying.
That makes sense. And what about propulsion systems? Are we stuck with chemical rockets forever? Or are there new technologies on the horizon that could make travel much faster?
That's another crucial area. Chemical rockets are efficient for getting off Earth, but for deep space, they're slow and inefficient. Nuclear propulsion is one concept that's been discussed for decades, offering much higher thrust and efficiency. And then there are more theoretical ideas like warp drives or even fusion rockets, but those are still firmly in the realm of science fiction for now.
Fusion rockets sound amazing. Imagine traveling to Mars in weeks instead of months. That would drastically change the feasibility of colonization, wouldn't it? Less time exposed to radiation, fewer resources needed for the journey.
Absolutely. Faster travel reduces so many of the logistical and health challenges. It would be another game changer. But developing such advanced propulsion systems is incredibly complex and requires huge investments in research and development.
It sounds like the next few decades are going to be incredibly exciting for space exploration, no matter what happens. The pace of innovation seems to be accelerating.
It really does. I sometimes think about how my grandparents' generation witnessed the first moon landing, and now my children's generation might see the first human steps on Mars, or even the first space hotel.
That's a great way to put it into perspective. It feels like we're standing at the cusp of a new era. The potential benefits, not just for space, but for technology and humanity as a whole, are immense.
Definitely. And even if only a fraction of these ambitious plans come to fruition, the impact on our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe will be profound.
I couldn't agree more. It's inspiring to think about.
Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.